I seem to have come to that point where I have nothing to say anymore. I still want to talk, but, but I have nothing to say. And yeah, I can talk about this and that, but I don't want to talk about these things. I just don't have any interest in it. I only want to talk about one thing. And yeah, you can call me whatever you like. I only want to talk about one thing. But I've said already everything I want to say about it. Or so it seems. And then every time I continue to talk, in spite of the fact that I've got nothing to say, every time I say something more. Every time I'm surprised again that wow, it just keeps on going. I guess I'm still trying to get used to 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 what? To having my own preference. Yeah. I mean, that is what it is, right? I have my own preference, and I'm allowed to say it. Yeah. And even if I'm not allowed to say it, I'm still going to say it. And also, yeah, you can see for yourself. Nobody's interested. I have very few people that watch what I'm saying or that listen to what I'm saying. And all of that also doesn't matter to me. So, of course I've said in the past that it doesn't matter, and I've gone back and forth on whether it matters or not. But it doesn't. And and I've come to this sense of like it really doesn't matter at all. It just absolutely doesn't matter at all. No. I like to just do this, and that's what it is. And it has nothing to do with anybody else. And yeah, of course I can again talk about what it would be like. Yeah, what it would be like. Oh yeah, of course there are memories. There are memories of groups that I've given, memories of evenings that I've had with people, and there are memories of friends I've had and people that I've met. But you know what? I don't want to go back to these memories. They're good memories. I like them. I have had those memories. These were wonderful evenings. These were wonderful groups that we have experienced. But now I'm here. And I'm not interested at this point in creating a group. No. I don't want a group. I hate groups. And yeah, I'm an individual. So if you want to be in a group, you don't want to be with me. And I say I hate groups. Yeah, groups are okay for people who want to be in groups. They can do what they want. I'm not telling anybody what to do. But I don't want to be in any group. I'm not part of a group. What I do has nothing to do with group behavior. Yeah. So if you cannot understand that, if you cannot accept that, if you cannot, yeah, if you cannot say that, because that's what it is. I can say it. Yeah. Uh-huh. I realize that with my own exploration of embodied language, that of course I had to get used to it, and I'm still getting used to it. But there's only so much embodied language that a person can handle. There's only so much embodied language that I can handle. And then I have to go back again to disembodied language, to my old habits. No, yeah, hey, cannot always be fun, cannot always be good, cannot always be great. No, gotta have problems. Gotta keep your nose to the grind. You cannot just be permanently happy. That's impossible. But yeah, I believe that is going to be very similar for anybody else. Yeah, there's only so much embodied language you can handle, and then you have some misery again, have some problems again, have some, I don't know, some confusion, some despair, some hatred, some good old violence. Yeah, some good old wars. Yeah. Get your arms chopped off or something like that. I don't know. You lose your, you lose a leg. No, I mean seriously, you are wounded because of your disembodied language, for sure. And yeah, you can say, it's just all imaginary, psychological. No, they call that trauma. Yeah. And you keep traumatizing, re-traumatizing. You keep being traumatized. You keep re-traumatizing yourself by repeating the same old pattern. Yeah. That's what people do. And paradoxically, once you begin to have embodied language, that repetition becomes even more apparent. So it seems as if your trauma increases, but no, that's not what happens. It always was that way, but now you really feel it. Now you really accept it. Now you really go like, yeah, that's really what it is. And yeah, you have another hissy fit or another outburst or another release, another incredible experience. Yeah, because that's all what that is. Yeah, and all these incredible experiences. But then once all that is behind you, and I'm not saying that everything is behind me, nothing is ever completely behind anyone in my opinion, but okay, I've overcome a lot of what I'm talking about. And then, yeah, what is your embodied language then? When it is not this ecstatic feeling, this incredible experience, which is so different from your horrible disembodied language. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, which is so, oh, what a relief that you're no longer suffering. Yeah, so it is a big contrast. Okay, but your embodied language is just very simple. And yeah, in relation to this history, it seems this incredible experience. Oh wow, mind blowing. No, there is no mind. There's nothing to blow. Yeah. No. There's just you talking. There's just you and your language. You just hear yourself talk. And there's, like I say, there's nothing to say. And you say something to have something to listen to. But there's nothing important to say. No. And if you say something, yeah, okay. Then you say something. So, we're not talking about, I don't know, revealing ultimate truth or something like that. Oh, you speak the truth and it's also such a big deal. Yeah, oh, we speak the truth. Oh, we speak the truth. Wonderful, we speak the truth. Yeah, why is it such a big deal? Oh, because you were lying. Yeah, you were lying with your stupid disembodied language. You were lying. You were never speaking the truth. Okay, now. Yeah. And so yeah, once you say everything that you're capable of saying, everything is normal. Everything is calm. There's nothing special. There's nothing incredible. Why would it be anything incredible? All this extraordinary stuff, it is all the same because it deals with the opposite of the horror you have endured, the tragedy you have overcome, the trauma you have outlived. Okay, so yeah, there's relief, and there is there's this ecstatic feeling that you're finally safe, that you're finally home. Yeah, why is it so important to be home again? Yeah, people make you hear it in many songs. Oh, coming back home. Yeah, home. Oh, you were gone from home. Yeah, that's why home is so important, that you come back home. Yeah, but when you're home, when you can stay at home, when you, I don't know, when you know what it's like to be at home, home is not an issue. Being at home is not an issue. Coming home is not an issue. Yeah. So your language, it just continuously fabricates all sorts of stuff. And then you make it seem as if that's such a big deal. But, morning. I don't make any big deal. And yeah, of course you can read my writing, if you want to. Long pieces, my exchange with Krog. And you can read how it's really meaningful, how it's really incredible, how it's really so profound and this and that. Oh yeah, so deep, wonderful. But you know, it's just nothing. I'm just a person. Nobody cares, and I care, but. No, but I mean, in the bigger scheme of things, nobody cares. And yeah, that is sometimes for me, again, reason to, I don't know, to get all riled up and say like, I'm right, they're wrong. I know something, they know nothing. And then I can say, yeah, it's true what I know. Yeah, of course it's true what I know. And it's also true that they don't know. It's also so after you've said it all, then what's left? Can we now have dinner? That's something my wife would say. Can we now watch the movie? I know my wife, she wonders like, what? she just puzzled like that I'm always busy with all these things. But yeah, I guess that's my that's my hobby. Oh my gosh. I have nothing better to do. So now, it is something that makes me happy. That's true, and so yeah. But you know, here we go again. If something that makes me happy, what are you talking about? If you are happy, you don't care about what makes you happy, yeah, because you are happy. So you only care about what makes you happy if you're not happy. If you're still not happy enough, you need to be more happy. No, I don't need to be more happy. I'm happy enough. I can't take any more happiness. Oh my gosh. For God's sakes, I need some drama. This. You know, I'm telling you, there's truth to this. There is truth to this, that people, just because they got it so good and they do not know how good they have it. They are just in for no good. They're just going to create a ruckus. They're just going to create chaos because they are too conceited. They are too, privileged. They are too, how do you call that? They do not know what they have. They have no respect for what they have. How do you say that? There's a word for that. I forget what it is. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to be a smart ass here, you know. People are spoiled. Yeah, you could say that. And they haven't really earned what they have. And maybe that's the difference with embodied language. With embodied language, you kind of really earn your experience. That's kind of odd to say that, but it is true. You may have all kinds of experiences without embodied language, and then you get carried away by all these experiences, whether they're good or bad, whether they are wonderful or terrible. You get carried away by all of these experiences. But once you begin to describe your experiences with your embodied language, you become more even-keeled. You become more, practical, more sober, less intoxicated by the experience, and to the point that so whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you experience. It doesn't. And you know, in the beginning, of course, when you have embodied language, you can say things so differently than with disembodied language. So there is excitement with that. There's renewal of that. There's discovery and a reformulation, a rearranging of your environment and all that. Yeah, there's a complete new perception of who you are. But after all of that has happened, after you have said it, after you've explored it, that's what I'm talking about. How about me? I'm still here. No. I'm not asking anyone's attention or anything like that. No, I'm simply wondering myself, like, all right, so, okay, this is what that is. And, okay. You just keep on going. Morning. And no, you don't keep on going, because as you were just saying, there's nothing to say. No, there isn't. And you're still talking. Yeah, that's out of all habits. I know. But, you know, all right, well, keep going. Or keep going. Shut up already. I'm just having fun with myself. I don't know what else to do. If there were people to right next to me and have this conversation with, where are they? Yeah, if there were people to have that conversation with, I would love to talk with them. But no, they're not here. Okay, they're not here. And I'm not gonna take charge of things and arrange it for them as I've done in the past. No, you got to do everything yourself, and just like I do everything myself. And if you don't do it, no, okay, then you don't. You got to make it happen, and yeah, I am not having that urge to be with you, but if you have that urge to be with me, then okay, you got to do what it takes to be with me. I can't see it any other way. So, but you don't have to be with me. You can just you can just you can just do whatever the hell you want. Yeah. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but I was just looking at a bunch of people. They're supposedly homeless, but they're camping out here at the creek, and there's not just one tent. No, there is many tents. It is just horrible how all these homeless people are invading the park here. It's just unbelievable. But that's what's happening, and morning. Yeah, it's just insane how society is is going. Anyway, I'm here in this park, and I passed it, and now I'm here. So what am I supposed to do? I'm not interested in being politically active. No, I'm not interested in having this whole fight about the left wing and the right wing. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in this. Yeah. So, but I can see how things are related. I can see how one thing leads to another, and yeah. I don't have to prove to anyone, not even myself, that what I say is true. I either have my own way of talking, which is embodied language, or I don't. And this is an important point. Okay, now I'm making an important point because of what I was just saying. Important point is that sometimes when we cannot have embodied language, alright, well, there you go again. I've actually already said it. But when you cannot have embodied language, alright? Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to have disembodied language again? Yeah, that's what people do. And they don't know about embodied language. They don't know about disembodied language. Okay, that's of course part of the problem. But people could be supposedly peaceful with each other, or, you know, not argumentative. They could supposedly be collaborative and open to each other and friendly and all that. No. Whenever shit hits the fan, whenever things are not going beautifully, whenever people are not really connecting, we are having an argument, we are having a conflict, we are having a fight, we are having another war. We are having, I don't know what, chaos. We destroy things. We destroy each other. We hurt each other. We are willing to do whatever it takes to be right about whatever it is that we believe. All right, well, there you go. That's what we do with our language. We have to force our language on each other, on the reality. Yeah, what we perceive to be the reality, because it is not the reality. You cannot force your language on reality. Reality is still the reality, regardless of how you talk about it. Yeah. So yeah. And then of course there is, I've mentioned that there's only so much embodied language one can handle, right? But there's of course also, there's only so much silence one can handle. Especially me. Yeah, you just have to say something to break the silence. Well, it's half an hour enough. Half an hour of this. I also wonder what it is like for people to listen to this, if they listen to this whole thing, or if they just I don't know, skip through it. I don't know. Is he gonna say something interesting? Is he gonna repeat the same thing again? Oh no, here he goes again. Oh no, now he's really peaceful. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Now 32 minutes. Shall we say we call it a day at 35 minutes? See what I can say in 2 more minutes, okay? Yeah. I mean, 35 minutes. That's a perfect length of a video. If you have some time in your life to listen to an enlightened person, yeah. Do you realize that you're listening to an enlightened person? This is my language enlightenment that I'm talking about. Yeah, I almost forgot to mention, but that's what it is. Language enlightenment is created by your ongoing embodied language. And if you have listened to my previous videos, you could have already be ahead of the game and said like, yeah, oh yeah, language enlightenment is created by our ongoing embodied language. Now this is nice enough now. Just standing here for a little bit, for 1 more minute. Up. Ooh. Oh wait. It's a nice sunny morning.